Okay, so I'm now doing my MEPs video. This is about my experience at MEPs. I know it's different for everybody else. I've seen a couple different videos of this, and I'm not sure how many there are about females besides just so this is what happens. I'm actually going to talk about my experience. Okay, so let's get on with it because I don't know how much time I have. So, MEPs stands for Military Entrance Processing Station. Pretty sure I got that right. But alright, so one of the first things me and my recruiter talked about after, I turned 17 and we started paperwork was we're going to need to get you to MEPs. So, May 17th, or May 16th, because you go and you stay the night at a hotel. At least that's how, in my case, I had to. I went to my MEPs station on May 17th. I got to the hotel that I was staying at May 16th. We went there. I was really nervous because I was told I would probably end up rooming with somebody I didn't know, and I didn't really know the person I did room with, but she was from my recruiting office and she was just there to finish up some last stuff before she shipped out. So me and her ended up sharing a room, and it was kind of funny because it was my first time not being in a hotel with my parents, and we didn't know how to work the shower, or at least I didn't, so I kept coming out and going, how do you do the shower? Are we allowed to do this? And you get a lot of freedom there. It's a big responsibility thing, and because it's one of your, if you're a teenager, it's probably going to be one of the times that you're actually given freedom. And with freedom comes responsibility. That sounds so cliche, but it is so true. There's rules you have to follow while you're there, But, they have, a game room and, a little lounge area. The hotel I stayed at, they have an entire floor. A floor and maybe one or two floors, but they have a whole bunch of these rooms that are all set aside specifically for people that are getting ready to go to MEPs. So, me and my roomie, we checked in, because they have a certain room upstairs where we had to go check in. We didn't, go up to the office. We just went up. We signed in. We had to bring our IDs and all that stuff because we were going to need that at MEPs. But, so we signed in and all that, and we kind of went, and at first we didn't know what we wanted to do because we could have gotten to eat. You're going to be given a voucher. It's like a little slip of paper saying, I'm one of the MEPs people, basically, and that's going to get you dinner, and it's going to get you breakfast. And surprisingly, at least at the hotel I was at, I was like, we're going to get some crappy food. It was pretty good food. I got a hamburger, and it was fries or something. We went to dinner first. Even though I was so tired, it was so weird. I was super tired. I ended up missing school that day. My recruiter picked me up about 10 in the morning, and we got me there. We had to do a pre-test thing. We had to take p-test at my recruiter's office before we went to MEPs. I don't know how it goes for everybody's branch, but that's what I had to do. Which is kind of a funny story if you want to know about that. But so we went to go eat, and this is probably when all the interesting stuff started happening. I had no intentions of really meeting people. I was very, very shy. We sat down to eat, and we ended up getting another guy who was enlisting into the Navy, and then we got another boy that was enlisting into the Marine Corps that were sitting next to us, and I thought it was really cool because this is your experience to where instead of being to yourself, it gives you, I think it's they talk about camaraderie and everything there, and it gives you a chance to actually meet people, and you get to mingle and kind of bond with each other because you guys are all getting ready to try and actually go off and go into a military service. And when I was there, it really didn't matter what branch you were going to. If you were all going to the same branch, it was yeah. But other than that, it was just that's really cool, so why'd you pick this branch? And that starts a really big story thing. You're gonna be talking to people a lot, probably. The one dude that was joining the Marines, I ended up finding out he's from Korea and all this stuff. It's just really cool. You get to meet all these people. And we didn't have any bad experiences with them, and it was kind of funny because one of the people that we met, he was kind of not so nice, and he was just really blunt about everything, and he was being really rude and all this stuff. And by the end of the thing, him and the girl I was staying with like started dating afterwards. It was kind of weird, but we went to dinner and we talked a lot. Like, for not knowing each other, you might talk a lot. I was kind of the shy person that just nodded, and if I was talked to, I talked. But I did try to talk. We went upstairs afterwards. We went upstairs and we chilled in the room for a little bit, and then we decided we were gonna go see what the game room was like. And while we were eating, we thought that there was like we noticed there was a lot of girls that were there, but none of the other girls talked to us, and like they really just kind of stayed away from us, and we didn't really understand why. And it was just kind of odd. But when we went into the game room, we were the only girls that were in there. But like they have laptops you can check out or something, and then like there was like that, and they have a chess table, they have snacks and stuff, like they have certain given times where you get to have snacks. We got to, what was it? They also have like they have one TV set up for movies. Then they had another TV set up for an Xbox, and then they had another TV set up for a PlayStation. And this was like just a mini lounge room. It wasn't like huge or anything, but me and her took turns trying to beat the guys at the car games, racing cars and stuff like that. I ended up sitting at the chess table for like a couple minutes because there were no chairs available, and that got me talking to a couple of the boys that were playing chess, and they were getting ready to ship out for the Navy for boot camp. And I was really to myself. Like, that dude gave me the hardest time for not talking to a lot of people because I was just trying to, like, I felt so awkward. I just wanted to talk to my friends on my cell phone. So I was, like, sitting there, like, staring out there, and he's like, for not saying much, you sure text a lot. And I was just like, nah, yeah. And it was just, like, we quit talking after that. But, you get to sit back and you hear all these other people, like, when they talk, they'll talk. There's people that range from 17 to, like, 20-something. So you get a different range of people in there, and it's not just you're a little kid, you don't know what you're doing. It's not just a group of teens. You have, like, a whole group of people, and you're all coming together to do the same thing. So you're going to talk about different stuff. This one dude, he, like, started talking about wizards and dragons and stuff, and he was, like, 26 or something. I don't know. He didn't really say much. He said that he was young enough to still have fun, but old enough to know better. That's all he would tell us, and he was bald, and he had a ponytail on his face. Like, it was a goatee, but a ponytail, and he was getting ready to go to Navy. But alright. Then we went back, and we go to sleep. Well, we tried to. She was up, like, the whole time. I tried to go to sleep, and I couldn't. I was too nervous. My alarm clock went off at 3. We were up, and we had to be downstairs around, like, 4 or something. We got breakfast, and they'll tell you, like, don't have orange juice because it messes with your pee. They tell you not to eat certain stuff. And so basically my breakfast consisted of cereal and water. That is all I had, and that's basically it because I don't normally eat breakfast, so it's just kind of odd, and I didn't want to, like, feel sick or something at MEPs. And after that, they're gonna have you get, you know, when you go down for breakfast, get all your stuff. Take all your stuff downstairs and everything. Go to breakfast with all your stuff. Because a little bit afterwards, when everybody's, like, basically done, they're gonna be like, alright, everybody, line up, get your social security card, your IDs, all that stuff. And you're getting ready to be in a long line to board the bus. So you're going to board the bus, and we rode a charter bus across the street. That's all it was our hotel was literally right across the street, and they got, like, those big fancy, like, charter buses, and there was, like, people standing up and everything. I mean, it's just really like, okay, what, okay, I'm just gonna do this. It's kind of like a go with the flow thing. You don't question anything, you just go with it. So we got there, got on, crossed the street in the big fancy charter bus. And then we all got in a big line outside of the MEPs station to get ready for going through MEPs processing. This video is going to be split up into parts. This is the first part. And I'm going to go ahead and close this so I can start my second part so I don't exceed 10 minutes. So, keep watching.